Welcome to WordPress howtotips.com. In the last tutorial we talked about installing WordPress using simple scripts and from the Bluehost cPanel. Now that we've launched our login URL and we've logged in for the very first time, you'll be greeted with this little notice here. You're using the auto-generated password for your account. So basically this is the opportunity for us to change this. So let's go ahead and click on Yes, take me to the profile page, and let's reestablish our password. So what we'll do from this next window here is we'll go ahead and enter in our all of our, just fill out all this profile information. Of course you can revisit this later. Now you'll notice admin is locked down. I'll show you how you can change that later, because there's actually a little security risk when you leave admin active, because that's always the default. And in many instances, any WordPress driven blog or website will have admin as the username, and that can lead to some security vulnerabilities with dictionary attacks. So we're actually going to show you how to create a new administrator account with a different username, and then we'll go ahead and delete the original one. But for this particular tutorial, let's just go ahead and type in a password, and of course you'll see a password strength meter. Pay particular attention to that and try to get yourself a strong password. So go ahead and change that, and you'll notice from the dashboard that notice has now disappeared. So that is fortunate. Okay, so what we're going to do now is let's talk about customizing our workspace, because at this particular time, if we were to go to visit site, we're going to have the generic or the standard default blog WordPress theme. What we want to do is the very first thing I like to do is to customize this theme and give yourself a very unique theme. So there's many sources of paid premium WordPress themes. And of course there's as many free options as well, so you can go ahead and test different styles. We would advocate for some of the premium themes because they come with very unique control panels, and we'll talk about that as we progress. Just gives a lot more control over the layout and the composition of your blog or your website. So the next thing that we need to do is we need to access a FTP client, and this is going to allow you to transfer files to your Bluehost server, and this is going to be critical, especially when working with themes. So what I advocate for, and I would say probably one of the most used FTP clients, is FileZilla. So make certain to download FileZilla. It's a free source. It's open source, so it's constantly being improved, and this is going to allow you to upload and download files back and forth between your server. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and log in. So you'll log in with your created account on Bluehost under a different username and log in. So I'm going to go ahead and enter that information now. And we'll go ahead and hit Quick Connect. And once I log in here, you're going to see all of your folders that are available in your Bluehost workspace. Now there is another option to transfer files back and forth. This is just the quickest method. Now the other method that you can use without the FTP client is you can use your Bluehost account. So what I'm going to do is go back to the cPanel, and from the cPanel we can go to the File Manager. So we'll go ahead and navigate down in our workspace here, and you can see that there's an option that says File Manager. So I can go ahead and click on File Manager, and I'll go ahead and go to my root. So you see Web Root. Go ahead and click OK, and now that we'll jump into that particular workspace, you'll see all of your different installations and folders here. So here we have WordPress How-To Tips. I can go ahead and double click that, and you'll see all of our different options. So if you're new to WordPress, and you likely are if you've made it to this website, the three core folders with a WordPress installation is WP Admin, WP Content, and WP Includes. For most purposes, you're going to be dealing with the WP Includes folder, and this is where you're going to manage all of your themes and all of your plugins, as you can see from here. So what we need to do is we need to get our theme into this particular folder. So you can see, let me go back one level. You can see where it says Themes. This is where we want to install or import any particular themes that we may have. So in many cases what you can do is you can click on New File, and we can go ahead and name a file, and go ahead and click Create New File. Then what we're going to do after that is we can also click Upload, and in this case we already have a downloaded theme that already has a folder named, so what we'll do is we'll just go ahead and select Upload. Now what I did is I went to freebiesdoc.com, and this will be listed in this blog posting as well, and here I'm going to download a free WordPress theme. Once again, there's many sources available. We'll list some of those sources on the blog as well. But I'm going to go ahead and download this, which I've already done. And that is now in my download folder. Now you got to make sure to unzip your download. So go ahead and right mouse click. And in many cases, you can go ahead and hit extract all. I advocate for 7-zip. It's a more robust compression program. It's freely downloadable. And so you can go ahead and right mouse click on that and say extract here. So here's the two different folders. If you're a Mac user, you'll go ahead and use this folder, and if you're a PC user, you'll go ahead and use this folder. So what we need to do is we need to upload this particular folder into Bluehost. So we can do that through FTP, or we can do that through the file manager here. So it's really a matter of your preference. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and use the FTP client, because that is just going to be faster and easier, and you should really take the time to download that anyhow. So what we need to do is we need to navigate to our public HTML folder, double click on that, then you're going to see all of your different directories for any different websites you may operate. I'll go ahead and click on WordPress How-To Tips. Once again, just like we saw in the cPanel in Bluehost, we saw the WP Admin, WP Content, and WP Includes. I'll go ahead and double click on WP Content. Once again, we want to go ahead and use the Themes folder. So what we're going to do now is we're going to drag and drop that downloaded theme into the theme folder. So just go ahead and left mouse click and drag, and you can either hover it and let go right over themes, or you can drop it in this space here. So I'll go ahead and just hover and release over themes, and you can see the file is now transferring into my account. And you can see sort of the queued files here. You can see the countdown, and at the very end it says directory listing successful. That's when you know your file has been copied properly. Now of course you see that folder here in your workspace. Now the one thing that I like to do oftentimes is I like to name this. So you can always right mouse click and you can say rename, and I might name this WP How-To Tips, and that way I can just manage it. So I've just renamed this, and in fact I should have done that before I dragged and dropped this file into my themes folder, but I'm going to go ahead and rewrite and then delete. So you can always delete files, I should mention, using your FTP client. So I can go ahead and select on freemium, which we imported. I can right mouse click, and I can go ahead and say delete, and I'll click yes when we're prompted with, do you really want to delete? We'll go through and delete all of those particular files that we uploaded, and we're done. So what we're going to do now is we're going to return right back to our WP admin area, and the next step is to go to Appearance, and under the Appearance section, this is where we can change our themes. So the current theme will display here. You see a thumbnail preview of the current theme. Once again, this is the default de facto standard WordPress theme. What we're going to do now is we can see this theme that we've just installed, and once again it's called Freemium. You can see the authors. What we can do is we can preview it, we can delete it from this particular area, or of course we can go ahead and activate that particular theme. So of course it shows current theme, and now we can test the installation and make sure it's active. If I click My Blog, Visit Site, we can always preview that. So here is that new installation, and now it's time to customize and add content into your new theme. And we'll go ahead and cover that in multiple tutorials on a step-by-step basis.